On this episode, these two YouTube legends stop by.
You ask questions, and I answer them. This is the Ask Gary Vee Show.
Hey everybody, this is Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is episode 247 of the Ask Gary Vee Show. First of all, is that what do you got? Instagram?
Live.
That's Facebook Live.
Instagram Live.
You're Facebook Live? And Facebook Live is where we're taking the phone numbers from?
Bingo.
All right, Facebook Live, put your phone numbers down. I'm gonna introduce my guests in a second, but put your phone numbers in and we're gonna call you in a little bit. We are on a roll with guests on the Ask Gary Vee Show. Last couple have been really substantially awesome, and this one I think has the potential to top it even more. I have a cut in half wrestling belt that if you watch Daily V, you know what that's about. But for the ones that don't or didn't serendipitously catch that, I'm gonna allow these two tremendously handsome individuals introduce themselves. So let's start with the better looking one first. My man, why don't you tell the Vayner Nation who you are?
I am Lincoln from What's Inside. Our channel is that we cut stuff open. So
That's what you do.
yeah, that's why we have there.
And Lincoln, how old are you and where are you from?
I'm 11 and I'm from Kaysville, Utah.
So you were born in 2006?
Yes.
I know. Seriously, right?
Bro, that hurts.
Yeah.
And you, my man?
So I'm Dan. I am Lincoln's dad, and we started this channel off of his second grade science project, and all of a sudden it turned into a YouTube channel where we now have 4 million subscribers. I used to sell drugs like Viagra and Lipitor and those things, and now I'm a YouTuber full-time as of July of this last year. So kind of crazy the way the digital world works.
And I heard this story, and I don't think it made our vlog, but the second grade project, let's spend a second on that because I think it's important for everybody to realize what the seed of things that can happen. So many of you are sitting at home and saying, I'm gonna become an influencer, I'm gonna become a YouTuber, and you're manipulating it in your head, and what you're trying to force something instead of listening, you're talking, right? You're trying to manifest it instead of paying attention to and reacting to something. Yours was a reaction. You became a full-time YouTuber by reacting to something that happened. Let's tell that story because I think it can be a framework for so many of you that can help you get to what you want in reverse.
Right, so yeah, I mean, we'd had like 80 different videos on YouTube that are family videos and different things, and I'd kind of looked at the algorithm and saw maybe we should optimize these. I mean, you can make money off of YouTube and stuff, but
how did you even stumble on that thought? Did you read an article?
So way back in the day, like just reading articles and seeing the Google AdSense, I had a website of a failed company that I did way back in the day that was like secret that people didn't know about. Some people still don't know about. We spent like $25,000 on this company, failed. And I learned about Google AdSense with that website that we had. And then once I got onto YouTube, I'm like, oh, ads can run on there.
Too.
Yeah. And so we had a science project, and at the time, there was an article that said that the #1 place that people look for questions is on YouTube, not google.com, but on YouTube. And so his science project was ask a science-related question, and then you answer it in your project. So his was, Dad, what's inside of sports balls? So we cut open the 5 different sports balls. I set my phone up on the kitchen counter. Lincoln was totally sick during those videos.
Yeah, like I look like a zombie.
He does.
I look like a zombie.
But we put them up there as like, we put them individual videos like
Like
what's
you were
inside of a
green?
baseball.
Not that much of zombie.
Got it.
Yep. And so we put those on YouTube, and we just, like a year later, we made $4 in one day off of AdSense.
And that's when you decided to retire and go full-time.
That's it, full time, there we go. Quit the day job. Yeah, so that was December of 2014, and bam, $4 in one day. So I'm like, Lincoln, I think we got something here. By the time you're 18 years old, you might have a little bit of money for college. So let's just keep cutting stuff open. We'll keep doing it in different worlds of YouTube. And so anytime somebody's watching a video, the suggested will hopefully be our video.
So we just cut open some more sports balls, and we published like 5 videos in one day, and we lost half of our 40 subscribers.
Yeah,
You went from 40 to 20.
exactly. So
You
that
said, okay, no more posting 5 things a day.
Yes, time to learn about like what the algorithm actually does. So January 2015, started fresh. April of 2015, we hit 1,000 subscribers. We went out for ice cream. We were super stoked. And then
What flavor did you get?
Oreo and vanilla.
And you?
I just got a mixture of like cake batter and yummy stuff, yeah.
Okay, D-Rock, what's your favorite ice cream?
Cookie dough. Oh,
Andy?
good choice.
Andy?
Good choice.
Cookie dough's pretty good. I'll go with cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
Cookie dough is good.
Dunk?
for Ben and Jerry, it's
No, not just Ben and Jerry. I know that we've gone there. Globally, your favorite ice cream
Ice
flavor?
cream.
chocolate fudge brownie.
That's
Uh-huh.
good. I love brownies.
Jeff?
Cookies and cream for sure.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream?
There we go.
Cream.
Cookies and cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vanilla fudge.
Gary?
I mean, none of my top 3 even made it. Coffee, mint chocolate chip,
Mint chocolate's good.
and strawberry.
Okay, that's good.
Strawberry.
Nice.
You like strawberry?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I love strawberry.
The fruit.
Like no,
Okay.
the smoothies.
Smoothies. Okay, got it. So you made $1,000. Now what?
Well, we hit 1,000 subscribers.
1,000
Yep.
subscribers.
In April.
Yep.
And then by August we hit 100,000.
So
Crazy.
what was the first viral
The
video?
first viral video I would say would be the bowling ball video that we had.
Yeah.
What's inside of a bowling ball? And it's the first time I'd ever used a chop saw before. And that was kind of the draw.
If you go back and watch that video, he has a big ply
2x4.
2x4 stick poking the bowling ball, trying to cut it open. Like,
It was bad.
and then in that
You
video,
guys have become much better at cutting things open.
kind of.
Yeah, a little bit better. So yeah, so a year later we hit 1 million subscribers. So December 2015.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Is today Wednesday?
Yes.
So
Is it?
he just misses school.
He misses school today. Yep. But that's the thing. We told him. He's learning from you. Like what? You don't learn this in school. You don't get to meet with the king of digital advertising.
Just so you know, I didn't do that for a laugh. I did that to remind everybody how much I actually believe in what you're doing. I promise you, this man has no prayer of remembering what the curriculum was in his school on today's day, but he will always remember meeting D-Rock.
That's
For a
right.
second time. All right, let's keep this going.
Yeah.
So, boom, 100,000. Now, you clearly didn't say this to me the other day, and now I'm putting the pieces together. You have been historically fascinated by this ad arbitrage, this AdSense thing. I would tell you that me and AJ early on were fascinated by Google AdWords and AdSense and the arbitrage. So you naturally went into understanding distribution, right? You figured out what your creative was, which is, by the way, brilliant, because you never, in your lifetime, and you're a young dude, will ever be able to cut open every item on earth.
Nope.
Which is why Wine Library TV was very successful. And this is the lesson for everybody. When you create something, try to create something that you'll never achieve doing all of it. Too many people start channels or concepts or creatives that after 4 videos, it's over because you can't do anything else. Wine Library TV was amazing because I could never taste every wine. Forever. You have no chance of ever cutting. So once you got your creative down, you really got super smart around distribution. As a matter of fact, as everybody knows, I asked you on, once I picked up on that, I emailed you a couple days ago and said, hey, can you stay for an extra hour and talk to Andy and the team? Love to pick up on some of your nuances. And we know what we're doing, but YouTube has never been historically the place I went quadruple deep down on. So you really became not only this creative powerhouse, but you've become quite strong at the distribution of content within the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think most of it is like we're not
Are you
the
proud of your dad for that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
we're not the best actors, if you're gonna put it that way. Like a lot of times we don't even know what's gonna be inside of something before we cut it open because we're
Sometimes
not
I
good
don't
actors.
even know what we're cutting open. He just surprises me sometimes, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, and I'm
I mean,
not
let's
good at
not
cutting stuff
downplay
open,
what kind
but-
of star
but
this
yeah,
guy is.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's good.
You?
No, I'm not that great of an actor. But I feel like we understand the algorithm. Like I have a finance background and that's what I did. I'm like, I'm gonna go and figure out every little thing about the algorithm that I can so that I can understand it.
And it's a
take
moving
advantage
target,
of it.
right?
It does. It
The
changes
things,
all the time.
right. And so
Yeah.
do you get excited when it changes because you can find new things?
It's, yeah. Like,
Or
it's-
are you at this big place now where you're like, do not change that much because I've got to figure
I
it
mean,
out?
we do have a lot of things figured out, but as soon as something does change, we're pretty quick to
And have you
figure
brought
out
him
what
into
happened.
that part? Or is that kind of like, that's kind of nerdy stuff.
So a lot of it is like I don't want Lincoln to feel like he's like this kid that has a job, like a full-time job. So he comes and does the fun stuff. It is a lot of work,
Yeah.
but there are some things that
Yeah, I do help with some of the ideas.
like creation, or when we're working with a brand, like we'll come to Lincoln and be like, sometimes I've pitched something, one of our first big possible brand deals that we had, a company came to us and wanted to give us $50,000, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much money. I said, Lincoln, all we have to do is cut open this product, and we can't say what it is. So we didn't end up doing it. I was like, this is so much money, let's do it, Lincoln. And he
Lincoln
says,
said no?
he says, Dad, we'll be selling out. We can't do that product. So what did we do that week? Like
Lincoln, what gave you
Yeah.
the internal strength to turn down so much money?
I just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do because we kept on filming things that are not brand deals because we just wanted to build it up
Yep.
too.
You thought Dad was trying to cash out a hair too early? Very good.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, this is a true story. That week is the week that we published a video that I didn't like at all. It was the what's inside a rattlesnake rattle. That video got 42 million views in a week and was the #3 most trending viral video of all of 2016 on YouTube. And that was the week when I wanted to do the $50,000 brand deal that would have been a sellout that Lincoln's like, no, Dad, we can't do this.
So Lincoln, you take full credit for all the success.
Oh.
What percentage of the success is you and what percentage is Dad? Just your opinion, one man's point of view.
I think that 25%, 25 is me, and yeah.
What a
I don't
great
know.
kid, huh?
He's the face, man.
Now,
People love Lincoln.
Lincoln, what we know and what everybody who's watching knows is that for kids aged 5.5 to 18 and beyond, YouTube is such an incredibly important place. You are the face, or one of the two faces, of a channel that has 4 million subscribers. Do your classmates think you're famous?
They don't think much of it, but sometimes we just watch the videos in class. Like last year we watched a couple of them because that's like around the subject that we're working on. But really it's not that much because like people at school, like at recess, they say, I love your video, let's go play football, let's go play basketball, let's go do
They don't make a
something."
big deal about it.
Yeah.
Because you keep it chill.
Yeah.
Okay, but how about when you guys go to Ice Cream Now, I have to assume sometimes people roll up on you and say, whoa, I love your videos.
Yeah.
And people want to take selfies with you.
Yeah, it's cool.
You love that.
Yeah.
I agree.
love that.
I agree. Okay, so what's the punchline now? Like, this is insanity.
It's a good question. Like after watching some of your videos, like we want to try to grow on some of our other platforms. YouTube, I feel like we're crushing it and we're having a blast. But maybe on Instagram, what Lincoln's favorite platform right now, not favorite platform, but favorite thing to do is to go live on Instagram right now.
I just love connecting with fans in Instagram Live. I don't know why, but I just love it.
Because it's addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just have a conversation with them. So we're learning that side of it. We're building a brand. We've worked with more brands this year already than we worked with our entire history so far. So like luckily we had some good mentors like Sean Duras with Snapchat. He took us under his wing and was like, hey, help me grow my YouTube channel. I'll teach you how to not stop making TV commercials in your YouTube videos, but actually make authentic integrations that make the brand look like the all-star and makes great content for your fans. So we're still learning and evolving. It's just us right now. We haven't even hired a full-time employee yet.
Let's go to the phone, but that's coming.
Soon, in the next couple weeks, we've got 2 people coming on board.
2
full-time employees. Thanks.
How many people applied?
A lot. A lot of people. Yeah. In person, weeded out a lot of people. So.
One of the things I keep telling you is to document and not create. When you document, or you just do, serendipity happens, and then you can react to it. And that's the story of this. Hey, this is Gary Vee, and you're on the Ask Gary Vee show.
That's fucking sick.
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
What's your name?
Awesome. My name's Brian Pikowitz.
Hey, Brian. So what's your question?
So right now I own an online personal training company where I do online coaching. And I have a really successful platform that I'm operating on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm having a really difficult time getting more, I guess, viewership and subscriptions through my YouTube channel. So I don't think it's as much of a problem with the content, although the content could certainly be better. But I guess I really don't understand, is there something else I could be putting into it that would help really drive more content to my YouTube channel?
How much, good question, really good question. How much time are you putting into your titles and your descriptions, and from that side of thing, are you paying much attention to the tags and title descriptions that you put in?
I am paying more attention now to the tags as I've gotten more into it. I try not to clickbait people too much, but at the same time, that is a big part of at least getting attention organically. I kind of base off of doing a Monday rant, like a Monday motivational rant, and then I do vlogs throughout the week. So I'm trying to build a brand around that, but I guess I'm trying to attach it to different Instagram or fitness entrepreneurs and things of the like, but I guess I don't understand more of how that works.
Before we get into the smart questions, let me ask you a macro question. What are you trying to achieve?
So right now, I honestly deleted you for a while, which is awesome. And I kind of added you again based off of just trying to get more focus on it. For me, I have personal goals.
Wait a minute. You deleted me because of my rants of like stop listening to me and go do, or you deleted me because it was okay. That reason, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, but what I started tapping into again was just trying to get more direction. But to answer your question, I am a budding competitive bodybuilder, so I'm working my way on that, and I'm building this coaching business as I grow. So my goal is, as I grow, my personal brand grows, and this coaching grows with it. So I want to attach different things off of it, like an apparel line. Different sponsorships. I'm incredibly patient. Incredibly patient.
Yeah. What are you coaching? And what does it cost and what does it do?
Well, so what I offer is essentially lifestyle coaching. So I'm a competitive bodybuilder, but I don't look at what I do as a way of offering people bodybuilding, because that's not what I want to do. I want to teach people how to diet healthy, understand how to diet,
and
understand how to work out.
And how much does that cost?
It depends on the package that they buy. Some of my packages range up into like I have a year-long package that's about $3,000, and it kind of goes down from there. The actual product is very, I guess, in depth as far as what I'm offering my clients, because the way that I look at it is I'm not just giving you a product of value based on showing you this and that. I'm someone who's in your corner. So I try to actually build a team based off me and my client that makes it so that they know that. I think the hardest thing about fitness and getting in shape and stuff like that is most people feel like they're alone. And so my job as a coach is to...
do you do that in actuality in phone calls and video, or is that through content, email?
It is through phone calls. So
how often?
I work bi-weekly, and then they have weekly report cards that they have to fill out. The business is actually very successful at this point. I've worked with over 200 clients in 2 years, and the hard part right now, I guess, is I'm trying to kind of transition into more of growing my brand rather than just growing based off clients. If that makes sense.
Of course.
So my YouTube channel is where I'm trying to put more of my energy, so I can attach, because like not everyone can afford an expensive online coaching package. So I want to branch into smaller products that make it so I can grow this message a lot more vastly, I guess.
Have you factored in that you're one of 8 million people that are trying to do the same exact blueprint?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go back to the YouTube channel, because I'm done with my macro work. He said clickbaiting. Yeah. I think he put a negative connotation on something that you've used to create an enormous opportunity.
Yeah, like I don't consider it clickbait if it's something that's within your video. Like for example, our Rattlesnake Rattle video, the one part where you see the thumbnail, it's a black background and then we have the rattle on top of it. That was planned out. Like I was gonna use a cutting board, I wasn't gonna cut it on there, but we purposely in the video went, oh, this is too hard, let's get a cutting board. But it was just for that shot, just for the thumbnail, like it was thought out. So that's in the thumbnail, and then the title is like what's inside of Rattlesnake Rattle. We have a family channel where we will do clickbaity stuff, but if it's in the video, that's what it's about.
Let's just establish this right now. Here's clickbait. Naked boobs inside, and it's a football video. Watch this video and win $1 million, and it's an ice cream video. It's not being smart about, we are terrible at our YouTube titling. Me and D-Rock debate over a text, and I'm like, rumbling in Arizona. Like, we do nothing smart about our image, thumbnail, and our title, which is why I'm just winning on the actual content, not on all the smart things. And I know that because where I do the smart things, I win, and I win twice, 10, 15 times better than when I actually know what I'm doing on YouTube, which is my whole career has been lollygagging on YouTube, including leaving YouTube when I was one of the first YouTube stars and going to Vidler. So it's like this funny relationship I have with it. But I want to make sure you, Brian, and everybody knows that clickbaiting is when you fully trick somebody into it, not you describe it properly and make it enticing to watch it. Clickbaiting is putting, again, an attractive individual on the image, and when you click into it, it had nothing to do with it, and at 1 second they flashed that so they could show that, not strategically thinking about what you're gonna make in the video and then doing that for that purpose. That's called being smart.
Yep. And a lot.
Absolutely.
Listen, man, I'll tell you this. I answered your question, just so you know, which is, everybody's trying to do what you're doing. People want to sell courses, then they realize that doesn't only scale so much. So then what they decide is, let me get even more famous so I can sell t-shirts or get paid $500,000 to write a book or get $100,000 to speak. Here's the good news. You can do it. It's going to come down to how good you are. Because what I know that you know that everybody knows is, you know, you're getting paid for the access to the phone call and the curation of the content because the content is free. They can go find that stuff. There's, you know, the tried and true principles of lifestyle and health and benefits, they're established. I think what you need to think about is how you disproportionately bring value to your audience. The reason I wrote the thank you economy after Crush It, this is where you turn to the books, Ty, thank you. The reason I wrote thank you economy after Crush It was, hey, everybody can do this. Thank you economy is, oh crap, everybody's gonna do this. Let me help people figure out how to win in a world where it's gonna be very competitive. Bro, I'm telling you something right now. Every word out of your mouth was what's in it for you. If you switch it into what's in it for them, you will have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
I promise you, if I go on your Instagram account right now, that there's comments on your posts, and I promise you didn't reply to all of them.
That's not true. You check it out. I
will.
I want you to.
I'm doing it right now. What's your Instagram handle?
So Brian Pickowicz, Pickowicz.
Brian, is it one word or space or Brian?
Yeah, just one word. Just one word.
Brian Pickowicz. Yep, I see you. Dude, you're in good shape.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. In my life.
All right, good job. One thing I wasn't anticipating was 3 comments. Dude, yeah, okay, so what's awesome, first of all, is I'm pumped that that's your mentality. The problem is, so first of all, kudos to Brian. He's absolutely right that he is getting in there and engaging. So first of all, I'm fucking pumped with you. Sorry. But the thing that does concern me is the stunning low amount of comments off your 4,000 base. Did you build that organically, or have you ever done anything that made it go to 4,000, like a contest or something random?
So yeah, I've
Help me.
never bought any clients or anything like. I've pretty much been building this for the last 2 years, so very organic. I do try to reach out to my audience, asking more questions and trying to get more feedback. I find that usually comes through DMs though.
Yeah, I agree.
Not necessarily. Most people, I guess with what I do, it's so hard for some people to want to ask for advice. So I find that a lot of times what I get is the private message on the side. And obviously that's where I hustle and put in the work, but I guess putting it on the other aspect of putting it out in the open is a little bit harder for me.
I would just, yeah, and as far as the YouTube front goes, I would just say if you want to crush it on YouTube, all the information is out there. Like, go to Google, type in YouTube, click on the news, find out what the latest news is, type in like YouTube SEO, really hone in your titles and descriptions, do things that are timely, caption your videos, because YouTube doesn't really care as much about the tags anymore like they used to. They do really care about your actual captions and what's said in the video. Like if we're doing a video about boxing, I'm gonna mention Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao when I'm talking about a punching bag, because I know that it's gonna be picked up in the captions, and then hopefully that will be picked up in the suggested views if somebody's watching like a Manny Pacquiao video. So I would do that. Think about your timing, try to find like regular schedule. YouTube loves regular schedules. So
he said something very important, Brett. Listen, he said be timely. That means hack culture, right? You're talking about lifestyle, fitness, health, like you've got to be smart about being aggressive when Arnold Schwarzenegger's in news, when something is happening in fitness, when the competitions are on ESPN, World's Strongest Men. Like, be smart about what's going on in culture.
Okay.
All right,
that helps a lot, actually.
All right, good luck. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going. So, Link, while we're getting the next phone call, what's the most exciting thing that has happened because of this whole process?
I love traveling. I love seeing new places and exploring. That is something that I love to do and is so much fun.
So I know that when we were hanging out the last time, you went to Paris, for example, for like 20 hours.
Yeah.
That was the coolest.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I just love traveling.
I get it. I mean, it's not, that's it. You love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Hello?
Hello, this is Gary Vee, and you're in the Ask Gary Vee show.
Oh my God, that's awesome! Hi!
Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Ari Cobb, and I am from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Have you been to New Orleans?
No.
Sounds like Dad, we need
I've
to
never
make a
been
trip.
there.
All right, let's, so what's your question?
Oh my God, I can't believe it's happening. Okay, my question is, I wanted to know, since you're all about inspiration and everything, I've been feeling a little bit unmotivated, and I've been feeling like I should be doing something, or I should be I feel like I should be pulled in like different, I'm feeling uninspired, basically. That's my question. How do you get, when you lose inspiration or you lose motivation, how do you get it back?
I get it back by remembering that you might die tomorrow.
That's true.
So I'm inspired by practicality and reality and the truth, which is, it is ridiculously impossible to become a human being. I am one. I have other good things going for me as a human being, and I'm just grateful. You're dwelling and looking at what you don't have versus looking at what you have. If you actually looked at what you had, your health, you know, living in America, you know, who the heck knows what would be on your list? If you actually spent all your time looking at that versus, I don't have $1 million, I'm not famous, I don't have this. If you spent all your time on what you have versus what you don't have, you would be the happiest girl on earth.
I didn't think about it like that.
I'm aware that's why you're uninspired. You know, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
You're spending clearly and you're dragging yourself down into what you don't have, right?
Yeah.
You've been spending your
How do you,
Go ahead.
how do you just like, just when I doubt that you ever feel negative because you appreciate everything, just how do you just, I feel so negative all the time, and like you said, I do always dwell on what I don't have and just everything that's going wrong. How do you stay positive and motivated?
Lincoln, how do you stay so positive? I'll get to that in a second, but I want to incorporate my guests here. When you're a young man, you haven't lived that long.
Yeah.
But when you're down, what do you do? Do you ever get down?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
I just see like what I could be doing right now instead of just like looking at it and just being sad about that instead of looking forward to how to fix it.
Dad?
Yeah, that's good. I think for me, I was born in the Philippines, really poor place. I lived there for 2 years when I was 19 years old. And I feel like that side of it is something that it's interesting because I go to the Philippines, whenever we go back, we went back there a couple of years ago, I see how poor people are, but yet they're like the happiest people in the world. And I'm like, how is that possible? But then when I come back to America, I'm like
money
so
doesn't
grateful
buy
for everything.
happiness.
Yeah, but then
Lincoln,
it's interesting.
money doesn't buy happiness.
You forget too, like even though I was born in those like poor circumstances, I come after being in America for like a year, like you get caught up in all those things. And I think coming back to that, whatever it is that grounds you, whether it's your family, getting out there and just working or serving other people, being thankful for what you have, like whatever it is that grounds you, if you can get back to that point and feel grateful and cut those things out of your life that you don't need, that helps you bring
Ari,
happiness.
how old are you and like what are the top 3 things that are bringing you down?
I'm 20 years old.
2-0.
Yes.
Okay. and so what's making you Debbie Downer?
I'm in school right now, and I'm down just because I'm just stressed out because I feel that when I get out of school, I'm not going to have anything to do. I'm down because when I train, I'm not as good as I would like to be, and just mainly I'm just being negative and just being too hard on myself.
Right. And so do you think that stems from the way you were parented?
Yes and no. I was really sheltered as a kid, and kind of like my mom treated me like I was a special little snowflake, and which is not the case anymore.
Or maybe you are in just a different way that your mom then created it, right? Like in theory, everybody makes fun of the modern parenting and everybody makes their kids feel like they're the best, and now the kids are saying, oh crap, I was confused, I thought I was the best. But the reality is we have to take on the responsibility of ourselves. Like my mom told me I was the best. I equally spent all my time thinking that I was not the best because I could understand that I wasn't winning in every single thing always. You know what I mean? I mean, she might have created that sheltered thing, but I promise you, you realized pretty quickly in 1st, 2nd, 4th, 9th grade, there was things that you weren't the best at, right?
True, very true.
Whose opinion are you worried about?
I'm worried about the opinion of the people that I train with, the people that have invested so much time in me.
And what are we talking about training wise? In what?
I'm an Olympic lifter and I do mixed martial arts.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What does an Olympic lifter mean? Like you might go to the Olympics, or you're in it? Like what? Explain that to me.
Oh God, no, I wish.
Got it.
Olympic lifting is the snatch and the clean and jerk, and it's different movements that you do with the barbell.
So what? You are literally like. Can you please tell me this, Ari? You literally go into your room sometimes and like after a workout and say, "Damn it, I wish I lifted 10 more pounds."
That and it's just I feel like I could have tried harder, that I could have done more, that I could have had a better attitude.
Ari, did you see the video that I posted on YouTube that says you need to be your biggest fan?
Yes.
You need to watch that 8,000 times in a row.
Okay.
Like listen, Ari, let me give you a really good piece of advice. The rest of the world is gonna critique you and judge you. You need to stop doing that for yourself.
Okay.
I'm being dead serious with you.
I think the other side is just this day and age in social media. A lot of people, even with our videos, like they see the video, they see us traveling, they see the glamorous side of things, but then maybe they don't see the other side where it's just, we're regular people. Like there's no difference between the way we live and any other people live. Like we have our downtimes. Like things, sometimes we're sad, sometimes things can be hard, but I think it's important to not compare ourselves to other people on social media and see all the glamorous
envious of what you're
stuff.
seeing on social?
Yes, I'm very envious, and that's a big problem. I'm a very envious person.
Ari, I'm not envious of anybody. Like you need to figure out how to really become a bigger fan of yourself and not be envious. Like listen, if you're aware of these things, and I don't know if it's going to see somebody, I don't know if there's a system in place, but like you're not gonna win this game if you continue down this path.
Yeah, I know I'm not. I'm just gonna self-loathing is not gonna get me anywhere. I just don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, I respect that, and like I'm not a psychiatrist or like I just want to get these things out of your mouth because I think they help. But you've got to realize like you've got it so good. Like there's 7.7 billion people on this earth. Ari, you rank in the top percentile just by being in New Orleans.
She does Olympic lifting. I'm too skinny. I can't even do that.
She doesn't have
awesome.
she doesn't have a disease currently. Like all right, you really got to get your perspective in order.
Break the pattern.
You gotta break the pattern. That's exactly right. All right, you have it awesome.
Yeah.
I mean it. You just need to believe it now.
Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna work on that.
I have good news for you. You live in New Orleans. There's some shitty neighborhoods. Go take a ride.
That is true.
Wake the fuck
There's
up.
some shit down here.
Like wake the fuck up. The majority of people have it worse than you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a more emphatic yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's
I'm
it.
writing all this down.
And I have a news alert, by the way. Nobody cares about your problems either.
Yeah.
Like, too many people think their dwelling and complaining leads to an action because they grew up in environments where it did. Problem is, mom's not around anymore.
We all got shit, man.
We all got shit.
We all got shit.
Yep. So, I'm telling you, the number one thing that I do when I get dangerously, and I'm never there, but I fix my perspective. Get in your car right now and go drive around parts of New Orleans. You can wake up real fast if you choose to.
Okay.
Good.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, that I know. I'm just sitting here and keeping you on the phone because I'm trying to think of a way to get you to know, you know?
Yeah.
Good luck. Update us, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you think?
Well, no, it's a tough one because she has to believe within herself and not compare herself
And
to
this
other
is a
people.
common
and
theme, right? Like there was a vibe there not so different than Taylor's that we had the other day. Like this whole like other people have it better, I don't have it as good. Like, it's just not real, and people are allowing themselves to go down this rabbit hole. And it just, you were super happy when you weren't making, people are saying, oh, easy for him to say he's getting $50,000 brand deals, but you were happy when you weren't.
Right.
Like, it's not a money thing, it's a mindset thing. And you've got to figure out how to break that pattern.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are. You got to find that within yourself. What makes you happy?
Smarty.
But I'm glad she's willing to ask. That's good.
Well,
that's a good step.
Well, the reason I'm keeping people on is the fact that people are even saying it out loud, because 99% don't. Hey, it's Gary Vee, and you're in the Ask Gary Vee show.
Holy shit, thank you so much.
You're-
Oh my God, thank you.
You're welcome. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Swartik Mayanja. I am from Woburn, Massachusetts.
I
But
love-
everyone calls me Q, just like the letter.
All right, Q, I've got a very important question.
Please.
Are you a Patriots fan?
Oh, of course I'm a Patriots fan. I'm sorry.
All right, Q, I had to do it to you, but I promise you that I will call you back another time. I'm just not in the mood right now. I'm still bitter. Let's move on. Yeah, keep it going.
Oh, don't ask Lincoln any of that stuff either. He'll kick us out now.
Lincoln's a Patriots fan too?
There's one player on there that he loves that just went on there maybe 6 months ago.
Okay,
So-
he doesn't bother me. I
We're
know
college
he is.
guys, but
He's
yeah.
fine.
Yep. That's great. Nope, not the other guy you were thinking of.
That's the guy that could have ended this meeting. Hey, it's Gary Vee, and you're in the Ask Gary Vee show.
Holy fucking shit, are you serious?
I am. What's your name and where are you from?
Yo, this is David Trotter from Jersey City. Jersey Love in the house, baby.
All right, David, what's going on, man? What's your question? And can you turn that down in the background because it's echoing?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just, I'm like driving in my car. Let me just pull over.
All right, yeah, pull over because we don't need a death. Yes, go ahead.
All right, so I just got first off, Gary, I came to feed your whole company, man. You flew away. You weren't even there. I missed you.
I'm sorry,
Brought my
man.
whole hospitality company.
I apologize.
All right, I'll see you again
can't
another
wait.
time. I love
All right.
you. All good. Anyway, so I just partnered into a wine company. I'm a 15% partner. My fiance is the other 15%. We have a 70% partner. It's I think you actually did them on Wine Library way back in the day. It's called David Family Wine.
Okay.
One with Michelle Reeves.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember them.
I remember.
So it's been kind of, okay, they've been great bottle of wine, but the brand has kind of been dead for the past 3 years. Michelle lived in New York, moved over to the West Coast, and had 2 kids, and it went from doing, $300,000 a year down to $80,000 a year. And, I have a hospitality company. She roped me in because we're doing events all over New York and New Jersey. And she's like, look, I think you'd be a great partner to help kind of reinvigorate it. We're trying to figure out what the next strategy is for the company. I tend to think it's a couple of different angles. Like we have the idea of obviously distribution. We're in Gramercy Tavern. We're in 11th Madison Park, reinvigorating those sales. The other angle would be obviously the direct-to-consumer angle that we have to our website. And then I kind of have this crazy idea of well, why don't we just screw all of that stuff and go around it? And we do 500 cases a year. Why don't we just do a bunch of really cool events? And maybe the only way that you can get the wine is, through these events. But I tend to think the Gary Vee answer might be all of them. So I wanted to throw that out there and see what you said you thought might be a really good idea.
This show's eventually not going to be fun because I'm super pissed that you took my answer.
Sorry.
I mean, look, not
Well,
sorry.
you know
It makes
what?
me
Can we-
happy. It means that people are hearing me, right? The answer is all of them, brother. Now, look, the model of doing events that is the only way to buy it would then eliminate the other two. I wouldn't go that hard. I would just still do events, but I would create as many. Too many times people don't understand that you need to create as many ways for people to buy as possible, right? They may discover it at a restaurant. They may walk into the wine library and buy it off the shelf. They may go to a party and taste it and then go buy it. You've got to do direct-to-consumer branding on Instagram and Facebook for your direct-to-consumer channel directly from the winery because you get to keep 100% of the economics instead of sharing it with the retailer and the distributor. So there's a million ways to do it. It sounds like you're pretty grounded in it. I have a funny feeling above and beyond the answer I just gave you, you know the next answer, which is it's just patience. It sounds like you've got grounded, just a matter of time, and you've got to think about the details. I think one of the great things that my partners here on this episode have done is they talk about the nuances. Here's a nuance. Be smarter about how you guys and what you put on the label of the wine. Is your social handles on the back of the label, right? Can you induce people to share it by doing a hashtag on the back of the label? So it's some of these nuances as well, but it sounds like you've got the religion down, which excites me around the strategy.
Hey man, listen, you're kind.
Hello? He was about to say something really cool about me. I'm upset.
You missed it.
I took that one because I wasn't sure that you were really ready to give a detailed wine answer at this point in your career.
Yeah.
You've drank no wine yet.
No.
Okay. Understand.
I saw Sweet just comment.
Q?
Q. Please comment the next Ask Gary Vee, but I truly respect your decision.
Let's call Q back. I'm happy he said that. Let's call him right back. Yeah, let's call Q back.
Yeah, he has a question about YouTube. So.
Good, let's do it. That's a good job by Q. Q, way to handle that adversity, right? He didn't dwell.
Yeah.
He figured out how to fix it. He did it by doing a public tweet. And Q has won this episode of the Ask Gary Vee show.
Just like they win the Super Bowl every year.
Hello?
Yep.
I'm about to hang up on him again. Q, I respect what you did. I like the way you handled the adversity. And so we're rewarding it. You are now back. First time ever, 2-time caller on the Ask Gary Vee show with Lincoln. And Lincoln's fired up.
I truly respect that. I do. Thank you.
What's your question?
Oh my God. So I just started a brand new YouTube channel, and it's like this. From the beginning, it's super difficult, like just breaking and making a name for yourself. I want to know real talk though. Yes, as it should be. But I want to know like real talk. Where should I go? Because I'm lucky enough where people in my life, people who surround me are all really supportive. But I need people who are truly real, like giving me critical, like just constructive criticism to tell me what I'm doing right, wrong. Everyone's like, oh, that's cute, it's nice, good for you. But I don't know if it's actually good because I just know these people. It's like basically my mom, right? Like telling me that they love me and it's good.
This is, when it comes to YouTube, this is a really good question. Like we hear this a lot. And if you look at our channel, I didn't share that we had a YouTube channel with my coworkers, with my parents, with my family, until we hit 100,000 subscribers and we were in the news. But we had like a bunch of different videos that we tried different things. We didn't think that we'd become like these huge YouTubers. But that's kind of a bit of advice that I have, is that what I see a big problem that people do is that they will go and put a bunch of money behind a YouTube channel and they'll throw it out there to all of their Facebook friends and family. And then they'll go on and they'll give them artificial views and then they'll give them these positive comments. And then you start feeling like, oh, this is a really good idea. But even if all of your Facebook friends watched your video every single day for the entire week, you're not gonna make any money off the channel. It's not gonna grow that much. It really does take, you have that global audience, like try, the beauty about not telling everybody about what you're doing on your YouTube channel until you find an idea, like ours was cutting stuff open, that's what took. But some of the other ideas, we just made the videos private. The beauty of that is that you have the whole world that can look at your channel and they can give you feedback. And sometimes they're always honest, like they're brutally honest. And that way you don't live off of like, oh, my mom said it's good or my family said it's good. You can find an idea and then finally find what works and what your niche is on YouTube and then go all in, hide everything else, create a new brand and just go for it.
So just to follow up on that, so now they know I can't go back, like they do know it is out there. So like I have over 100 videos up, and I'm like basically my channel is I interview people, and it's called like the Everyday Hero series. Right, interview everyday people, right, and I consider them heroes, and they tell me why they are a hero, why they're special, and that's like my idea. That's what
How long have you been doing it, and what do your numbers look like?
So my numbers are pretty crappy. I've been doing this series, this niche type thing for about 2 months now. I have like probably 35, 40 videos up of like 6 or probably like 8 to 10 different interviews, and then I'll like chop them up. I'll put some on Instagram, like a real short clip. I'll put like a longer video.
How many subscribers and how many views are these videos getting?
I average anywhere between like 10 to 50 views, and I have like 45 subscribers. I'm brand new. Like I started 6 months ago.
Okay. So why was the advice that you were just given not feasible?
Come again, say that again, please.
So you just got some great advice, in my opinion, and then you said, well, yeah, but the cat's out of the bag, they already know. Why did you dwell on the fact that they know versus the strategy of trying different things?
That's a good question. And I'm not really, the thing is, I'm not dwelling on it. What I really do want to go out and look for is, am I not just getting exposure, or does my idea suck? Is like, I want someone to tell me, like,
why? I have good news. Somebody told you. It's called the market. They told you it sucks so far.
Okay. Yes.
But, Wine Library TV was told 2 months in that it sucked. You were told, kind of, sort of, in the first couple of months.
It took a long time till it actually took off. But you do have to, do have to listen to the market, and you have to look and see, like, does this video have the potential to go viral? Are a lot of people going to be watching it? And if you're already looking into make sure you're looking at the algorithm, like advice I gave earlier, like make sure you're doing all of those other things that you can control, like your titles. The first line of the description is super important. And then some of your tags, not as important. Make sure you're captioning your videos. But at some point, yeah, you want to look at it and say, this stuff isn't taking off. Is there something else I can do? And experiment with it.
Q, I think you should start making videos as the Boston guy that hates the Patriots. Q, real quick, Q. Why do you want to do this? Like, straight up.
Come again?
What, you want to become Casey? Like, you want to make $5 million a year just making videos? Like, what are you doing? You want to be Ted Koppel? Like, why are we doing this?
So, like, if I'm going to be honest.
Hold on real quick, before you answer that, I just had a thought. Do you know who Ted Koppel is? Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Who?
Yeah, no, sorry, Q, you don't either. I get it. All right, so why are you doing this?
Because I want to basically be like the male Ellen DeGeneres. I want to be like Joe Rogan. That's like the dream. That's the dream.
Great.
That's what I want to do.
Great. If that's true, then you need to stop calling shows and getting positive feedback or feedback 2 months into it. If you're trying to do that, you need to know that you are on a ridiculous marathon, and that most likely nothing good will happen for the next 7 to 11 years.
7 to 11.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean that's absolutely legit. But just a little off topic. I'm sorry.
No problem. You're not taking up my time. I just need you to know something.
Yes.
Whenever that piece of advice comes out, and the response is that, yes, you're right, but you've already lost. You know that, right?
Wow. Okay.
That's the punchline, Q. The punchline is, it's 7 to 11 years. How old are you again?
23.
Great. Like, I'm telling you to your face, you have no prayer of being Joe Rogan or Ellen DeGeneres for the most part. And if you do, I want to remind you that both of them had 7 to 15-year careers before they even looked remotely close to Ellen. I just want to remind everybody who's watching the show, I've been in the public limelight producing content on an everyday basis for the last 11 years.
Wow. Okay. So like my perspective is just,
fucking broken.
Okay.
You're worried about shit 2 months in on a journey that is going to be the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
You're just not in the right mindset.
That's real.
And you know what else is real? You haven't Googled, how do I get better titles? How do I use YouTube SEO? So you've lost on the architect side, and you're also losing on the plumbing side. I won on the architect side. I don't know all your story, but you clearly won on the plumbing side, and you're not playing either.
Jeez, Lord. Okay.
All right?
All right.
You know how you Patriot fans make fun of shitty teams? That's what I'm doing to you in reverse. This is how a Jets fan feels good about himself. This is why when I go to, you know what I just did? This is my favorite thing. This is just a little side story. I never tell this. I'm such a bad human being at sporting events. I'm the worst version of myself, Lincoln. There's something called beer muscles. This is where people get drunk drinking beer, stupid guys that are older, and then they want to fight people. I have sports muscles. When I go into a stadium, I actually want to fight people. I'm like the reverse of me.
My goodness.
Yeah, so when I go to Foxborough, Q, you're gonna love this. When I go to Foxborough and I wear my Jets jersey and people start making fun of me, I change the conversation. Literally, this is me arguing with a fan where the guy's like, you suck, Jets suck. I go, yeah, bro, but what about me versus you? I'm like, tell me about your life, because I'm beating you, dick face.
You get like, real petty when you go to a Foxborough.
I get real angry, and so listen, man, your macro and micro are broken. Fix both. Go spend 15 hours researching on Google how to become better at YouTube and start realizing you're on a marathon. Take your sprinter shoes off.
Yes. Oh, Gary, I totally appreciate this.
Good
Thank
man.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
I think that's a good point. Like, I'm 37 years old, and like I said, I started a few businesses early on after reading books that got me really motivational. Like, I was this young kid with a global finance degree. I'm like, I can do this, but I kept my day job for all these years. And it wasn't until this was finally the thing I never would have thought is like cutting stuff open on YouTube. But that turned out to be the thing, and now I could step away from my day job and do this. But sometimes you got to experiment and be okay with failing and walking away and going, I just learned something better than I could have learned by spending the money of getting an MBA. Like, I just learned in the real world.
Go figure. Lincoln, the guests on this show get to ask the question of the day. I would love for you to ask the question of the day. What question do you want to ask the Vayner Nation? Now, by the way, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be the theme of the show.
Oh no.
It could literally be like, what's your favorite bubblegum flavor? Like, what are you actually curious about to get thousands of people to respond on Facebook and YouTube about?
What is everyone's favorite ice cream?
Nice!
That works with what we've already talked
man.
about. I
Good
like
job.
it.
Thank you for being on the show.
Yes.
Thanks
And
for
you,
having
my man.
us.
Thank you so
You're
much.
awesome. Thanks for your advice.
You keep asking questions, we'll keep answering them.